Hello, in this tutorial we're going to go ahead and try to rapidly produce a design composition that could be used in your website design early stages, possibly after creating a wireframe, definitely before you get into your actual HTML development. So by opening up your favorite graphics tool, we're going to use Fireworks here. You can come in and specify a size, possibly a width of 1024 by 768, that would suffice. And we'll stick with a white background. So it's going to create a work area here that gives us an idea of the space that it's going to occupy as far as your design goes. So one of the things you can do is further carve it up if necessary into rectangular spots so that you have your design elements. So if we were working with a page, for example, that had a header area, you could stretch out a rectangle like that and make sure that the fill color is something that kind of stands out and goes with your color scheme, I suppose. So the next area that you would want to tend to work on would be the main content areas, and you can continue on drawing your design out here. And notice that it's the same color, but this time we're going to make it an actual shade of white here. So we get to start to see the header area and so on. And then last but not least, you can craft out your footer area. And I'm going to make this a very contrasting color. So it's a little darker, not contrasting, but darker. So now you have these three areas in there. Now, if you have a logo that you're going to be working with, you could easily start to place that in here. Or if you need to put a placeholder for now, we could just put a placeholder like that. Maybe you also would want to have your navigation start to display here. And you could use some of the objects that appear here in Fireworks, where you can come in and actually use take a look at the common library and see if there's any shapes in there that might suit your need. So when you come down here, you could see that there's a variety of items, menu bars that you can begin to use if you want to go that route and drag them right in. So for example, if you want to use a menu bar like that, you can bring this one in, drop it in, and then possibly resize it. And you could have that fit into your design however you see fit. Now, one of the things that you want to keep in mind is the fact that the way this is going to start looking here is going to also be the way that it's going to look in your actual design. And then start to build in some content areas. Say, for example, this is going to be your main content area. So we'll make this just white, but we're going to give it a black border. So now the site is starting to take on a character of its own. And then if you need be, wanted to put in some kind of imagery, you could work with an image that you have already begun formatting. Depending upon the resolutions that you've determined. And then maybe some other content areas down here at the bottom, which we're also going to place out. Oops. Let me undo that. I copied and pasted these three areas here. That allows me to think about what kind of content, or the content areas themselves, and as I want to build them out. So you could fill these in with text and so on. You could also begin to overlay some text. I'm going to change up the size of this a little bit here. And then it looks like we're getting somewhere now. So this is how a design composition starts to take shape, and then you can continue adding more content pieces to go along to add a level of detail. Once you're done, do a file save as JPEG, and you're all set.